Hoi hoi folks, good morning, good afternoon and good evening wherever you are in the world. My name's Sean, aka Uncle Frogface, and welcome to today's video. If you're new here, then welcome. If you're not new, then welcome back. And I'm starting today's video with an announcement, so drum roll please. Yeah, the announcement of the Etsy store, which is now officially open. I know I've been teasing it for quite a while, but yes, I have now officially opened my Etsy store. That's why we've got some canvases back here. I've been taking pictures of them to go up, so these ones here are available, plus a few others as well. I'll leave links down below if you want to check those out. But on to today's video, and we are revisiting ScrawlrBox. To use this month's supplies. So I'll quickly go through what the supplies were this month. So we have our prompt, obviously, so Where the River Flows, it's the August prompt. We also have these Sennelier oil pastels here, there we go. We have an eraser, a tortillon, a pencil, a toothpick, and we also have two types of paper, the drawing pad and the oil pastel sheets. So I asked you all online what you would like me to use, the pad that they sent us to use or the oil pastel sheets. Overwhelmingly you have voted for the sheets, so that is what I'm going to be using today. So I'm going to turn the camera around and we're just going to get stuck straight in today. I've got an idea of what I want to do, so I'm just going to get going. So cue time lapse. Wow, did you see the optimism in my face? That is going to be very short-lived. Right, okay, yes, here we are, time lapse. So, I'm actually, the last few weeks I have been doing a lot of research on the artist Mary Blair, who did a lot of concept art for early Disney works, as well as being an amazing artist in her own right. She also designed It's a Small World ride for Disney as well, so she has a very unique style. And I've been playing around a little bit with that in my own style, and I thought I'd bring a little bit of that to this piece today. So actually starting out with this sketch, I've got in my head what I want to do. So in my head I'm imagining quite vibrant colours. Obviously I don't have that with these pastels, so I'm going to adapt to it. But the actual colour palette that we have is a very nice palette. I like the colour palette, so I'm going to try and make it work in this. That was my thought. Anyway, yeah, this has been a struggle, I think is the word I would use at this point. So right now, just laying down some colours. It's fine. I'm just enjoying myself, just blending the colours as they go. But hindsight is a wonderful thing. So Mary Blair has this very unique shape language. Everything's quite bubbly, but then she has very straight lines in there as well. So I'm going down a more bubbly route on this one. And she would usually work in gouache as well, which has its own personality. It has its own style of its own. And I think that is what tripped me up here, in that pastels also have, oil pastels have a personality of their own, which is not a bad thing. I used to use oil pastels many years ago and I enjoyed using them. I don't know what happened. Here with the background with large stretches, blending colours together, it's nice. They're nice and smooth, they're working together, I'm enjoying it. As I'm working, maybe the room's hot in here as well, which may not have helped, but the butteriness of the pastels just was working against me. I at this point here, I was like, not sure about this, but I'm gonna continue. I think you have to do that with art. If something's not working, you have two options: completely scrap it and try again, or persevere, try and make it work. So that's what I wanted to do this time. I just wanted to persevere. Now I'm coming in with this gorgeous colour, which ended up being a really nice stripe in the middle of this piece, and just kind of giving a bit of contrast to the colour. I really enjoyed that. I did find that with these large shapes, going in and then refining the edge with tortillon, that worked quite well. When it came to blending colours together, well, first of all, the pastels would pick up each other and I'd have to clean them off with a tissue. That's absolutely fine. But there wasn't really any definition. Everything was all very soft lines. And when I'm painting, when I'm drawing, when I'm doing any piece of artwork, I like there to be a bit of contrast. You know, I want there to be soft and sharp, light and dark. That's why I'm coming in now with this pencil, to try and define some of the edges and give a little bit of sharpness back, because otherwise it's all just blending together into this blobby mess. And I'm really trying to save this. I really am. But I'm again just going to persevere and carry on going. It's at about this point that I in my heart just know it's not going to work. Know that I'm not going to like whatever happens here. But again, persevering. I just have to keep going. I could have scrapped it and started again, but I wanted to give it a really good shot. I wanted to try and make it work. Okay, so down to the water, down to this river part. I'm laying in the white first, so that I've got that down, and then laying down the blue. So something I did notice about there we go, having to clean the tortillon. Something I did notice about these colours, the darker the pigment, the harder it was to spread the colour and to blend. So the yellow, the white, they blended and they spread out beautifully. Everything else was a little bit tougher to blend together, but it was also really difficult to get any definition with them. And like I say, I'm really trying. So what I'm gonna do, I've actually done two pieces. So this is the first piece. I'm gonna let you watch the rest of this and just see how it goes, and then I'll come back to you towards the end when we start on our second piece. Oh dear, I will be back very soon. So we are nearing the end of this one, and I fear that I've lost this battle. So, ding ding, ding ding, round 2. I decided to stick with the same inspiration because I wanted that bubbly look, but I'm going much more abstract this time. So I've got a river down the bottom. I'm going to pop in some bits of kind of sandy colours, some fields and some grass and all that kind of stuff, but they're just going to be very abstract shapes. Again, this was a real struggle, and I'm just going to let you see what I mean with this one. I'm trying exactly the same as I would with any other art supply. I'm just giving it a go, but yeah, I'll let you enjoy the rest of this, and I will join you at the end with my final thoughts. Thank goodness we are done. I suppose now it's time for my final thoughts. Well, let's start with this one. I like the concept. I found it really difficult to execute with these oil pastels. Likewise with this one, I feel like if it was any other medium, it would actually be a nice piece. But I said last time when we unboxed these supplies, it's been a very, very long time since I've used oil pastels, like years, probably a couple of decades even. And I remember them being fun, but I really just did not have fun with these. And I know this is just, it's down to me and not getting all the supplies. I mean, the supplies themselves are actually very nice. They're just not for me. I've come away from this so frustrated, because when you have something in your mind and you want to kind of get it out, when it doesn't work, I mean, that's just my personality type. I'm really frustrated by this. So now I'm going to have to go and try and recreate these with a product and a material and a medium that I'm actually comfortable with and that I actually enjoy using, just to get it out of my system. But yeah, this is a rare miss for me on the actual art supplies. I know I've talked a lot about price increases and whether the boxes are worth it or not. But this is the first time for a very long time that I actually dislike an art supply. So these will be donated to someone because I certainly will not be using them. I really want to know what you guys thought of these. Leave a comment down below and tell me whether you got this box and what you thought of the oil pastels, whether you've used oil pastels before, whether you get on with them, whether you don't, all that kind of stuff. I think it's been a really interesting conversation because it's not very often that there's an art supply that I just dislike. So yeah, leave a comment down below and we'll have a discussion about it. As always, I really hope you enjoyed today's video, and until next time, goodbye.